What's up, guys? Area again, back messing with the hatch for another update. Right now I'm probably going to clean up the motor a little bit more, get it all nice and pretty. Some of the areas that are kind of dirty here, got to try to take care of those. We also got some new parts, probably going to install those here. Let me go ahead and show you what we got going on. So we went and got the ATI Super Damper. This motor is going to be pushing over 1,000 horsepower, all-wheel drive. So we want to try to limit some of the engine vibrations and help with the harmonics in the motor. Boom. Let's see, we got some paper, who assembled it, protective stuff. There she is. K-Series ATI Super Damper Street version, which we'll be putting on that bad boy over there. But right now, we got to go clean up that motor some more. Oh, also, you see the transmission here. We're going to be installing, me and my buddy Cody, we'll be installing the M Factory LSD onto it. I thought it was for all-wheel drive because of the additional hole openings, but I'm starting to think it's not. I think it's only the wave track that is. So I'm going to install it in this transmission. It'll be good for a while, but once we do the K-Series four-door transmission, not four-door, excuse me, all-wheel drive, we'll be using the M Factory, the wave track LSD. Also had to buy some snap pliers because mine were not good enough when I was working on the transmission. So we're going to use these Craftsman snap ring pliers to get that top snap ring once we pop this off. So we'll be doing a walkthrough of this transmission breakdown and replacing that factory LSD for that M Factory LSD. Get rid of this non-LSD differential. So that'll be something coming up. Look for a video on that. That's cool. But here today, we're probably going to be cleaning this up some more. I sprayed it down a little bit with some engine degreaser to help let it soak so we can scrub the motor a little bit more. I want it cleaner. As clean as I can get. I use brake cleaner, and yeah, we removed the oil. What do they call it? The oil cooler. We got to get rid of this. We're gonna get a different tap from K-Tuned, which allows you to run turbo oil feed line and the pressure sensor. So we'll be getting rid of that. I got rid of the oil cooler system, which is right there, and other components that I do not need because we will be running a different K-Tuned water neck here. And I need to clean up all this area. You can see that's kind of dirty still. The head has not been done yet. The head will be done by 4-piston, and it's going to be this cylinder head. The one on the left is an all-motor PPA head, but the one on the right is a TSX head RBB. We will be using the RBB cylinder head for this because RBB has smaller ports, more metal thickness, and can handle boosts over the 1,000 horsepower mark. Once you start pushing high boost on the Type S, K20, Z3, or the PPA heads, they'll start to crack at high boost pressures. So that's why you want to stick with the TSX head on a K20 block. So that's what we'll be doing. We got a K24 crank if we ever want to do anything with it, but right now it'll just chill. So those are things we got going on. Obviously, we got more parts here that we need to put on later. Suspension parts, etc. for this build. But right now, we're going a little bit at a time. We're going to be working on this car. We got to paint that. I just started looking up the class weight limits. This car is really light. I'm going to have to add some weight to it. I may not go tubular on this. I don't know. At first, I may keep it heavy to see what my weight is at. I need to be at, I think, around 2,600 pounds. For the amount of boost and turbo I want to run. I want to run a 7685 all-wheel drive on a K20. So I think I will need to have more weight, which is about 2,600 pounds. This car weighs nothing. I mean, it is cut inside a little bit. It's gutted. Yeah, we're going to add a carbon dash to it. It's going to be light, and I need to add some weight. The rear wheel, the four-wheel drive components will add a little bit of weight, as well as the rear diff and the center viscous coupler, etc., and the transmission. But we need to make sure we hit that 2,600 pound mark, and I believe the distribution on the car will still be 60-40, I believe, like 60% front wheel drive, 40% rear wheel drive. So a lot of the weight's still going to be up front. So we will have a traction bar running across here and a weight bar, probably the Humble Performance weight bar that they have running on the front of this car. And I also got some touch-up paint and new paint for the dash, for the firewall. I got the same paint so I can paint the inside. I got little touch-up paints to go in touch-up areas that need it. This is just dirty, but we're going to go through and touch up everything. I bought the touch-up paint. This color is actually off of a Cobra R. So the Ford Cobra R, that's what this is off of. So I'm glad I got all the touch-up paint to touch everything up and make it match. I want to keep this car as clean as I can, as possible. And we want to have a fast, all-wheel drive, turbo, 1,000+ horsepower car. And we'll see where it goes. But for right now, that's just a quick update of what we got going on. I'm going to clean this motor up, and we'll see if we can show you some footage of me changing out that pulley for the super damper. Okay, so we got the motor a little bit more cleaned up. Not the valve cover. Valve cover is going to be replaced. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take that off, which is your factory pulley. I wanted to replace this, first of all, because it had some damage to it, and I don't need a damaged pulley. Over here on the thread area, like something caught it and scraped it all up real bad. And it'll just rip through belts if I leave that on. So we're going to replace this with the ATI damper. This is not an actual press fit like people think. There's a slight bit of amount of give, but it doesn't slide right on. So what you have to do is you have to put it on as much as possible, give it a few little taps to where it sits, then you use the bolt to press it in, and it'll press into place. So I'm going to be replacing this bolt, but I'm going to use this bolt to press the pulley into place. So let's go ahead and remove it. I got my trusty Milwaukee fuel. Oh, motor's moving. And Milwaukee fuel will knock anything out. So got our bolts. I'll be replacing this with a new one. Okay, so I'll put that bolt off to the side. Okay, there is a key in there. See that keyway? Do not lose that key. You need that key. You're going to be reusing it. See if I can pull it off. One hand is not easy. Let me put the phone down for okay, we put it down for a second. I was able to just loosen it up with two hands. So you'll see it comes out, slides out, and just like I said, don't lose the key. The key fits in a groove right on the crank. See that groove? The key goes in there. And that's what keeps your pulley from spinning around. Okay? Clean that up a little bit. You'll notice that the pulley also has a way for the key that you need to have. So the ATI damper also has that. We'll see in a bit. And there I put the little key in the keyway there. You can see. And that's going to line up with that keyway right there. Now, this is not, like I told you, a direct slide-on fit. We will have to nudge it on there and press it with the bolt into place. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, you'll notice we have it on a little bit. Okay, with the key in place. See that? Now we can bolt it and slowly tighten down the bolt and see if it presses into place. And give it a try here in a second. Try it on a low setting first. That was super low setting. Yeah, let's try it on another setting, see if that does anything. It's going into place slowly. Let's go a few more taps. Let's pause. Okay, the new damper has been pressed into place. That's as far as it sits. It doesn't sit completely flush. The bolt is what's going to hold in the rest. So that's it. ATI damper installed. Thanks, guys. There we go, guys. So slid it on nice. Gave it a few little, once it sat completely flush with the key aligned, gave it screwed in the bolt, gave it a light taps till it started pressing itself on, then finished it off by fully putting it on. So there we go. ATI Super Damper Street. That bolt will be replaced. Okay, so like I said, you kind of like fit it on there. It fits pretty snug to the bolt in slowly, and the bolt will start pressing it into place. Then you're done. Don't overdo it right away. Do it slowly in slow increments where it slides in. And there you go. Super Damper installed.